Hi guys, how you all doing? muddledmuppet here. And yeah, I think I have a pretty interesting topic for you today. Now, a lot of my regular viewers will know that I'm quite old. I'm 50. I've been around the block a few times, and sometimes I like to use my age and my experience of life to try and help some of you younger guys out. You know, I've learned some life lessons, and some of those I'm going to try and pass on to you. Now, the life lesson that I'm going to try and teach you today is things not to say at a funeral, or things not to do at a funeral. Now, the first one, breaking wind. Now, sometimes you just can't help that. You know, a bit of gas just has to leak out. Now, all right. If you can't help it, you can't help it. But don't pull a pose for it. You know what I mean? Don't go, yeah, there she goes. And whatever you do, don't shout out something afterwards like, you know, keep shouting, sir, we'll find you. Or a bit more choke and it would have started. Right? Just try and keep that one calm. Up there as a priority has to be, you know, if it's a widow, don't try and make a date with the widow. Not at the funeral. There'll be plenty of time for that later at the buffet. And not even if you just make that kind of phone gesture with your hand and, you know, raise your eyebrows at her. That's probably not a good idea either. You know, that kind of call me signal. Now, I'm Irish, and sometimes the Irish have what is called a wake, and a wake is like a big party after a funeral, and sometimes fights break out. But if you are going to have a fight, invite everyone into it. You know what I mean? Make it universal so that everyone feels a part of what's going on. Make it a big paga. I don't know if you guys remember that Family Guy episode where Peter Griffin took the body out of the casket and started dancing around the floor with it. That's a no-no, right? I've never actually come across that, but it is a no-no. If somebody has been cremated, resist the urge to search through the ashes for gold teeth or any rings that might have survived the flames. Really, you know, they need to stay there. Don't moonwalk up the aisle singing Thriller. Like, I know sometimes we need to lighten the mood at a funeral, but no, that's the no-no as well. Whatever you do, if you're stuck for something to say, it's easy sometimes to say the wrong thing, but don't say this. It smells like someone died in here. That is not going to go down well. Don't ask who died. That's definitely a bad one. And don't yell out YOLO. YOLO is one of the latest internet acronyms. That stands for you only live once. Yeah, be careful about that. Now, if there's a bit of a party afterwards, a bit of reception, sometimes there's some music going, don't go up to whoever's playing the records and ask for another One Bites the Dust to be put on. Do not whisper, I see dead people. Now, sometimes you might be one of these people who has elderly relatives, and at a wedding, they get on your nerves a bit. And there's something that elderly relatives always do. And they kind of poke the young person nearest them and say, you're next, right? This is not a time for payback, right? In other words, don't go up to your eldest relative there, poke them in the ribs and wink at them and say, you're next. Do not leap on the casket and yell, I'm the king of the castle. Alright, well, I hope this has been useful life advice for you. This is a current trending topic on Twitter. I did get a lot of these comments from Twitter, so but I don't have the list in front of me, so I can't really kind of give credit to them. But have a look at Twitter, and it is really funny. It's really funny. Anyway, this is Muppet out. I hope this has been useful for you. Bye!